to 15 scoreline for them. And now, we're on to the big boy. We're on to Cash. That was me clapping, by the way. And you're not meant to do that in the microphones. No one tell anyone in the industry. And here we go. We're only seeing ex-DP starting over on the T side. Already, Sasuke is out mid, making some noise over towards B. He's not allowing Luz to rotate just yet out of middle. He is, however, going to be a little bit closer. 3 players over here on the A site. Calyx does have a deagle, which is an interesting idea here in the pistol round. Walking into the stack site, though, as ex-DP haven't bothered really scanning the map.
He's super raid
for a
boss.
bit of a preset.
He is, yeah. And armor.
He's leveled up, man. He's going to be making his way on in. Woxit gets the first on a read. Let's see if the raid bot fight pays off. Mini gets the next as Morel goes down. Manette over on the back of the site. I'm going to get one more. He doesn't go down just yet. Finally, actually going to get dropped by Mini as the trades go back and forth. Bombs down over towards Quad. Luz is rotating from truck and looking to try and keep the aggression up here to deny that bomb going down just yet.
Okay, fake plant doesn't even seem to be needed. Not a single kill comes in for the Deeg, but this looks like the Glocks are enough. DarkPassage will get themselves that first round. We're a little bit surprised to see Pride take Inferno, but clearly showing that they are deserving of their place in this tournament. And, well, after already losing their first match yesterday, ex-DP, they're going to want to get some points on the board here.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing them go for a, relatively standard buy. 2 AKs to try and clear out mid. We can already see Calyx putting that to good use. Sasuke, meanwhile, going to be dispatching of Manice, the UMP, tearing through his soft, fleshy skull. And that does, of course, mean a nice bit of money farmed up as well. Mini able to get one more to access, but then there's Reeds to refrag. That's going to take him down. Laz, meanwhile, on the site, able to get one, but it's just going to be a one and done. They're relying on Morels to try and finish this off, and he gets himself 2. The 5-7 going to be so threatening at close range. He's going to get tagged down low, but the kill doesn't come out just yet. Reeds is on the long flank, and Calyx finds himself stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. As Reeds is coming in on the flank, is he even going to have a chance to do much damage here? As Morel's still raining in some damage from afar on the back of that 5-7. Calyx peeks wide. Going to deal with one of them. Reeds, though, he's not going to see this coming. Calyx is behind you. He doesn't. And he falls, as does the hopes and dreams of ex-DP there in their anti-eco. It's going to go 1-1 as Pride, they bite back very early on here.
Yeah, a couple of interesting decisions there made by the T side. For example, leaving an AK alone over towards the B side. Like, if people rush you, yes, okay, there's a chance you could spray all of them down, but a bullet or two connect to your head, you lose that rifle, you hand it over to the CT side, and that became, well, I wouldn't say crucial towards the end of the round. The flank was what actually made it, but it's still just a position you don't want to hand an AK away as a solo player on the other side of the map. Either way, they are going to be buying back up. Woxit is the one rifle player. The rest will have pistols, a bit of utility, but it's Minis. Starts things off, drops the bomb. Rotation needs to be quick to get back into the site. The counter flash is very nice to slow them down, but it will be Minis lost. Another for Calyx as well, making up for the previous round. And now, back to a 3 versus 3, but they picked up a couple of weapons, and Minis managed to grab another in the meantime.
Yeah, they are going to be ready in death with the tech. They're going to get some weapons as well. Woxit got himself an AK back in his hands. Reeds trying to make his way through him, and that flash going to deny the push that much longer. X is pushing up highway, stampeding up there like an elephant. They know where he's coming from, and he's going to bite the bullet. It's taken down. Reeds now from A main. The only hope here for Pride, 1 versus 2. Mini and Calyx. Calyx is already on 3. He's already got the triple. And now Reeds going to be a little bit stuck for time. They boost on over. So now Calyx is on top of red. They fall down. Baits out with the fake defuse. He's playing this perfectly here. If there's a kill on site, he could do it. Oh, through the smoke. Reeds, what are you doing, man? You are insane. That's going to be Pride. They just get the defuse. And it's all because Reeds is just a madman.
I don't even know what just happened, but he manages to clutch it. 1 versus 3. Around the ex-DP looked like they had on lock the way that they entered onto the site. Great work from Calyx again. Well, I say again, that was, I suppose he didn't do anything with the round with the Deagle, so great work from Calyx, full stop. But they still managed to come back in that round. He pulls it back for his team. And now we get sort of down to an interesting dynamic, because ex-DP, they have themselves money where they could go for a force. They know that only 1 player saved in the last round, so they're going to have to fully invest into this one. The economy is not good, but at the same time, they can't get a full by themselves. So it's sort of a risk versus reward. Now, from Sasuke's buy, I'm guessing they're not going to go for it. They're just going to buy up some pistols. but definitely had the potential to go for a reset into this next round.
Yeah, I like the idea of them just taking the tactical pause now. I mean, you know, take it early on. You may as well, right? You get 4 of them. Just go ahead. Take one now. We barely even see teams online use 2. So to take one this early on, I'm a huge fan of that. Out mid, Mako showing ain't no shot. Can't quite connect the headshot there. Look at this sheer aggression coming out from Pride, pushing over in towards A main. There's 2 players posted up in there. That's going to be Luz and Morels. Woxic just baiting the door. Over towards Squeaky to try and draw the attention of the A players back away from A main. That should allow some of his colleagues to push on in. You can see that Mako wants to try and go for it. No one's going to be in position to trade, and Morels could very easily deal with him. So a good decision made to rotate swiftly over towards B as Sasuke is already over there. Has to try and entry with this Deagle. Exus playing on top of the boxes. Bit of an unconventional spot here. Should allow him to see over the top of any smokes that go down as well. And it's not one that you usually see players pre-fire.
We'll start things off with a bang. Minute left on the clock, and this push seems to be being shut down very easily. Nice transition from Maniz to get himself a second kill, and that'll be 3-1 for Pride, stabilizing their economy. But the buy will be coming back in. Will Calyx buy an AWP? Yes, he will. So we are going to see Woxic with his trusty AWP in play as well. UMP on the side of Pride, but not too much of a problem overall. And now we get to see what the buys can actually have after the early flurry of rounds.
Yeah, we can already see XDP. They do send a couple of players in through main, trying to lock this down early on. Woxic being one of them, able to find the first. Should be able to refrag. He's on 2 now, and that's going to open up this A site as they get cut down. Maniz over towards MBK, the only player who can lock down this site for the time being. Rotate already coming in from edgier seats. Reeks as he makes his way up from truck. Looking to push another site aggressive. That Molotov going to actually deny him getting into a good position to try and help out and trade with Maniz for the time being. If they push now, they should be able to just steamroll out onto the site. Pop flash from Woxic going to allow Mini to pick up that frag on Maniz. Reeks able to get 1 in return. The trade coming through, but then Mini, oh, he's a big boy. He finds that frag. Now it's all on Exus, 1v3. And he's already made this decision to save, I think. Might try probing for some info. If he can find a frag, wouldn't surprise me if we see him go for it, but instead, going to take a 7-6-2 round to the face.
Yeah, there will be the quick trade back of rounds. 3 players surviving. CT side, the money's not bad. They're going to be able to get a buy on the board. I'm guessing that AWP's going to be dropped over to Maniz, unless it's just a positional decision that Exus is actually going to take this one. He is. He's going to go for... Oh, I think he had a great spawn for B, so he's going to go for the early pick over towards that B site. Not a player we've seen use the AWP thus far, but maybe he can get that pick. Will actually hit the tag. Doesn't manage to finish off Woxic early on. I'm liking this mid presence at the moment from the CT side. Taking some aggression. Looked like they were going to go for something towards vents, but actually it's just Exus taking a repeat with that AWP, and, well, Maniz is there to support as the first frag goes their way.
Yeah, Sasuke just couldn't bear the weight of life. The pressures, the ups and downs that it brings, and walks into the steady stream of bullets. Mini load of refrag does deal with Exus. No, Reeds, what were you doing? Just staring into blank space in the vents. Gonna get caught daydreaming as that opens up that B site. Also gonna open up a lot of mid control. You can see they've had to rotate Luz over onto highway. He's now tasked with trying to watch mid. He does find Mako, who tried to push on through, but then as Maniz falls over on B, that site gonna be completely open. Calyx coming on through with the bomb. Mini's on 3 frags now. Potentially could see him get the ace here as he watches out towards vents. Luz is only 16 HP, and look at him. Destination death as he makes his way up and towards the vents to face off against Mini.
He's just going to be waiting already with 3 kills. Flash will come in. Oh, gets blinded. But actually, we are going to see 1 come in. Calyx gets 1, and the second as well. Both players from vents. Nice round coming in from ex-DP, and this will be the reset on the money. We've got Mini up the top. Mako currently yet to frag. He's in that 0-1 and 6 position. Not the best start, but, well, it's 3-all at the moment. The money's about to be reset. Maybe you can get a few eco frags.
Yeah, looking to pad them stats a little bit. As Mako, like you say, yet to frag Mako. Potentially a new nickname that it's not as good as yet to frag Bardolph, but still. It's a close second, as it does still ring true. You can see early aggression towards Squeaky from Manise, going to get punished. Sasuke finds him. No problem there, engaging up against that pistol at close range. That's going to open up the A site. 3 players now flanking him from B. Our ex-DP going to see this coming. Mini's watching the angle. If anyone could just line these players up and knock them down, it's going to be him. He gets one. He gets himself a second. And now Luz going on the long flank. I think Mini heard him pushing on through, and he does so. He will get headshot, but he still finds the frag. 3 kills for him there, padding them stats that much more. None for Mako, sadly, who is still 0-6. But he has got that 1 assist, so you know he's a team player.
Yeah, he can't be a special agent, unfortunately. He's missed the boat. ADR of 15, so clearly having an important impact in the rounds. And we're at 3-4 at the moment. They're in the lead. It's early days. Don't worry, he'll top frag in the end, I'm sure. Just to prove us wrong. Either way, Pride, they're back on the buy. Don't have any incendiaries in their bank at the moment. Actually don't have any kits either, more interestingly, so no defusals will be coming in unless it's off the 10-second.
The counter boost, Tom. They've counter boosted in mid. Luz, look at him. Like an alert Spider-Man clinging onto the edge of boost right now. He wants to go over. Mako's here, and he stops watching it at just the wrong time. Luz coming in from behind, and oh no, it's all gone so wrong so quickly. Luz with the boost, looking for a third. A quick flick to find Woxic. He knows that Mini's in mid. This play could be insane. Mini shuts him down. It gets put back in a 2-on-2 thanks to Sasuke. Through the smoke, he tags down Reitz as well. But he doesn't quite find that frag. Now Reitz knows where he is. The Molotov going to force him out of position. Bomb making its way up towards A. This round has been so insane, just back and forth. Exus next to fall as Sasuke finds himself a second frag. Make that 3 as Reitz next to go down on the site. A wonderful play from Luz, but sadly wasn't enough to make up for the rest of his team's shortcomings there. It's going to be 3-5 as ex-DP take the lead and once again reset that economy of Pride.
Yeah, big round from Sasuke as well. Both players on either side getting a triple kill. Luz, that should have finished the round. There wasn't too much need for more aggression. Like a player pushing all the way in through Squeaky, just not really necessary. Sasuke looking to continue his run of form as he puts Luz down to just 22 HP. No aggression going to come out as of yet. XDP, they now have a 5th on the board. Of course, we are now waiting for the next round in reality, as we know that there'll be a buy coming back in. 3,400 going into the bank accounts of Pride. Nice shot from Calyx, though. Just pushing out onto the site. 2 players here for him to find. Mako, hey, he's on the board, but will quickly lose his life.
It is all on Exus. He's pushing up from Trike and he's taking things close, and you know what they say about men who take it... I don't know where I was going with that. I couldn't think of it.
Sounds like a shaving ad.
Yeah.
This is ever closer. It's the closest shave yet.
Closest shave yet when you're up against a guy like Calyx.
There you go.
Taking your whole jawline off.
Saved.
And, there we go. Thank you very much, Tom. My good friend. It is going to be a 3-6 scoreline achieved. Pride, they can afford to buy on down once again. Manise with the AWP. Really have yet to see him show up with the AWP. Of course, back on Inferno, he was just the machine. Only kind of bested by Woxic towards the last stages of the CT half. Exus first to go down, diverting too much of his attention over towards Vents. Going to get double peeked by Mako and Sasuke. Speaking of which, everyone pulling together right now for XDP to try and get Mako some frags so we can stop ripping into him. Reitz now on this side, going to eliminate Sasuke here in this B play. It's buying plenty of time for the rotate to come through. Already 3 players within earshot. An amazing pop flash to allow him to get himself a second. Nearly gets the third, but Mini's going to be able to trade it out. Luz, though, in from CT, showing that Pride haven't foregone this site just yet. Locks it down. And now it's going to be a 3-on-2.
Bomb will be thrown over. Luz almost manages to catch him through the smoke. Mini very low on HP, but they're clearly setting up for this AWP to be the man of the moment. We saw Woxic doing very well. Prince of Banana.
The Fresh Prince of Banana.
Yeah, I kind of demoted him after the sort of end of that one, but he's not so fresh. But we'll see if he can bring that back over on this B site. Bomb is ticking away. Mini going to switch himself over to try and catch anybody pushing from CT and dropping from balcony. Woxic with a lot to do, but it's actually going to be Mini finding the first. Now it's all down to Woxic. Finds the first, looking for the second, and he gets it as well. Cleans up the round. Nice little afterplant setup. And that was a round that I think Pride lost rather than XDP won.
I still think there's something so beautiful about, you know, seeing Woxic in his element. It's like watching an artist like go to work. You know, you just can't help but sit there and be in awe. His little fine adjustments of the crosshair, the slight tweaking, adjusting his zeroing in the wind, and then just executing his targets without remorse. Maybe a little bit too realistic for Counter-Strike, but here we go, pushing out mid. We can see Luz going aggressive here. No one's going to be checking the angle just yet. I think he wants to employ a bit of aggression in towards mid. It's going to pay off. No one's watching the angle, and now suddenly Luz is this huge threat. Oh no, Woxic. Use your spidey senses, my friend. He's making his way over towards the rest of your team. You have to alert them somehow. And actually, he does let out a high-pitched squeal that can only be heard by bats and dogs. Sadly, not by Mini, as he gets taken out by Luz there. 3 on 4 now, and Pharrell's trying to lock down the A site, but it find one with that Deagle up close and personal. Looking for a second, but then Sasuke able to trade. That's going to be a nice round going the way of XDP, but it was a little bit messier than perhaps they would have liked.
Yeah, 8 rounds on the board, however. Money looking solid. 2 players, 10k plus. Mini, pretty close behind. He seems to start all of these games very, very well. 15 and 7 at the moment. All of Inferno seems to be forgotten at this stage. Really, we need to see a bounce back from Pride.
Yeah, not looking too good from them though right now. I mean, it hasn't been the form similar to what we've seen. Manice has fallen off drastically. Exodus, meanwhile, he's actually finding one out onto Mako. The 2 bottom fraggers free the team going head to head, and Exodus comes up, trumps in that aim duel. Manice over towards MBK, shuts down Sasuke, who was trying to be sneaky beaky like. Ends up buried 6 feet under. Exodus over towards B, actually locking this down from headshot, finds himself a second. Just as you kind of give him a bit of stick, he suddenly shows on up. Now it's going to be Woxic with the AWP. He's trying to find an entry. Calyx is already tagged down low. Look at this aggression as well from Reitz. They clear out that B site. He can call if anyone comes over towards B. That means they can afford to fully rotate everyone over towards A. And that's exactly what we're seeing. There's 3 players here right now for Pride. Flash goes out. Calyx tries making his way on in, but oh, there's the peek from Morels. It's all on Woxic. 1v5. Do you have faith? I do.
I don't.
Yeah, no. Okay, maybe a little bit too optimistic as Manice. Shows me why it's wrong to have dreams.
Oh, come on. That's a bit melodramatic.
I am. Like, throws like, I don't know. Throws glitter into air, slams door, pivots on spot. Let's go.
I feel like you walk down the street with like emotional music and it starts to rain and it's like the world ends. Just that's why I imagine you when you walk in home. Just
my
sad
eyes
music.
are really big, like I'm an anime.
Oh god.
But yeah, here we go. We can see 2 players on the side of XDP taking mid very aggressively here. Mako, man of the hour, just forces Luz out of mid. Not one to take these duels, though. Does fall off short as he tries to push up highway. Now Sasuke has to trade, so to put it back into a 4 on 4 as he executes Morels over towards that A site. That's going to open things up. Manice has fallen on back. While he does have the AWP to play with, Sasuke on the flank diverts everyone's attention over towards Connector, and that's going to allow XDP to cross the site regardless of not having any smokes down. And the issue is, Mindy, he doesn't take the opportunity. And speaking of opportunities, Manice picks that one up.
This left to the deadly duo once again. Woxic and Calyx to try and bring this one home. Calyx will get the first. Clearly wanting to look for a little bit more before they actually go for this bomb plant. Open plant for A main. Will go down. Squeaky door's still open. They do have to be a little bit careful from pushes coming in from behind. At the moment, looking good. Calyx doing a lot of damage as well. Manice is down to just 15 HP. AWP in a decent position, but will actually be tagged. Manice knows and actually forces him back into the Molotov. Calyx is now all that remains. The bomb has been smoked off. Not able to get over to it. Nexus through the smoke. Big play from him. Molotov is actually the one that gets the kill on both players. Or, well, I suppose he shoots the other one. But either way, Pride will make the retake work on what was getting a little bit sketchy towards the end of the round.
Yeah, I mean, I still think XDP, they've done a phenomenal job here on their T side. One thing that it is kind of important to note, though, is they always have a very good T side. It's when they switch over to the CT side, things look a little bit rocky. We're going to be seeing a pause called in. PC problems on the side of XDP. I want to say it's Mako, right? I'm hoping that Mako's going to DC. Oh, it's Woxic. Okay. Well, actually, to be fair, Woxic's only on 9 frags, and he's someone who can do these phenomenal things, as we saw. So, yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a shame as well. Woxic's a very, like, you know, nice dude. I'd love for him to just be the most horrible human being, because then you could call him Toxic Woxic, and it would just roll off the tongue really nicely. Yeah. But instead, you know, what is there? Like, charming gentleman Woxic? Like, what? It doesn't have the same ring to it, you know? Nice guy. That's just it. You don't even bring up Woxic. But here we go. There we go. It's going to be looking like the umpire to be called in sooner rather than later. I imagine they're going to be using this opportunity to try and discuss some stuff. I think they're actually arranging to play some FPL after this. You know, I'm all up for these guys being friends.
It doesn't quite match up to the sort of fight we've had so far with Knives coming out and almost a sort of dastardly way of playing, but it's fine by me, I suppose. I'm going to still sell them as they all hate each other, and this is a battle to the death. But either way, pause still in at the moment. Be going underway. 8-5. Now, Pride have actually managed to get a couple of rounds in a row, which is the most they've managed since the pistol. It was actually a run of 7 for ex-DP. I should say the round after the pistol. They actually win their force. Either way, AWP back onto Maniz. Double AWP actually coming in on the T side, so clearly expecting some sort of aggression. Now moving quickly towards B with a double AWP setup seems very much interesting, but clearly they're expecting somebody to peek. However, in this round, there is not going to be a single soul taking a look over towards Long B.
Look at this. Everyone here for XDP just looking to storm in towards this B side. Mako and Sasuke on the entry. Not sure if those two would have been... Well, Sasuke definitely, but not sure if Mako would have been my go-to to put on the entry frag and roll, but still. Grouped up, of course, with Sasuke. You kind of feel like he's still going to be a huge threat. Mako looking to make his way in. Backed up, of course, by Mini as well. Smokes and flashes running onto the site. Reeds finds one. He's got to try and hold the line, but he can't quite do it. Mako and Calyx, they combine. Find 2 between them. It's all on Morels and Maniz in the blink of an eye. Mako and Mini are tagged down low for the time being. But still, I'm curious to see if they're even going to go for this. And already it looks like they're falling away. Very indecisive about whether or not it's going to be worth it. If they save these, then they will be able to buy up into the next round. A lot of it's going to depend. If Morels can find a frag early on, then maybe, but he can't. So he falls on back. That's going to be the 9th round. And Mako just putting the hurt down that much more. It's only Maniz to save. Now suddenly a buy looks to be a fairly difficult prospect into the next round.
Yeah, well, Reets and Exus will be able to buy for sure. Maniz should be able to drop, but then it's that final player. One of them will not be getting a buy on the board. Maniz doing a lot of damage, though. The economy on the T side isn't great either. I don't really know why they're still challenging him. They have just lost a lot of economy just based off this round alone. Oh, he's going for the shot on the wall. Okay, Maniz. Okay. I'm liking the style points. May actually be able to drop an ump or something for the remaining player as well. Never mind. He decided to buy nades. I suppose that's fine too.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, the buy for the side of Pride isn't going to be too bad. I mean, you have got, what, 3 rifles employed, the AWP. Luz might be on a 5.7, but if anyone can make it work, it is going to be him. Wouldn't surprise me if we see some aggression come out from him. He's already made his way up towards sandbags and mid, and Sasuke with no Molotov there to force him out. He's going to have to just drive peek, and I think he thinks it's clear. Finally switches things around, but Luz still going to be able to take his head off. Mako over at B, meanwhile, going to be reaping that frag on a Reeds. Is going to be trying to take the benefit of that, pushing it towards the B site. Exus next to fall as Mako clears B single-handedly. Now Mini, sorry, rotating in through mid, backed up by the other two as they push in through CT. Luz is tagged down extremely low, but does have an AK at least. We do have the Molotov as well. A lot of utility on the belt still of Maniz. If he goes down, though, they lose all of that. And he walks into the crosshair of Calyx, makes it very easy for him. And now it's 2-on-4.
Yeah, they're going balls to the wall, just run straight through the smoke, and it's not going to work. 10-5 in favor of DarkPassage. A few rounds in the middle, which made us think that maybe Pride could make a comeback, but after getting the sort of second round and follow-up rounds, this has been quite a weak half for Pride, and I feel like ex-DP, they get this pistol, this game may be as good as done. However, as we mentioned previously, some of their CT sides have been a little bit sketchy. Over-aggression definitely seems to be something that they have a little bit of a problem with. And, well, towards the end of that half, you do have to give props to Mako. He's gone from, what, 0 to 7 all the way to even on the scoreboard. So, or not quite even, 10 to 12. But still, 10 kills. He stepped up. And you can definitely tell the difference in the last couple of rounds.
Look at this, though, from Pride. Everyone over towards this A site. Just going to be going for a straight main push. They are loading all their eggs into one basket, though. Calyx over towards MBK. Got to try and eliminate these guys as they push on in. And he looks to guillotine the head of the rush. Finds that first frag, but that's going to be it for him. Now Sasuke on the site. Suddenly going to be peeked by a load of people. And actually, the USP getting dropped in midair, I think, just saved the life of, I think that was Manice. Being able to find one. Kind of Morel's Exus, though, quick to return things back into a 3-on-3. And he's going huge right now in the pistol. A nice peek from him. Oh my god, Manice, look at these pistol frags right now.
Mini just confused. Where am I looking? Where am I looking? Where am I looking? Doesn't have any clue. Round shut down, and, well, there you go. Pride get themselves a pistol. Nice round coming out from Exus. Has been pretty quiet throughout the series, to be honest, but definitely a good time to wake up. We'll be coming into the last map. The winner will be decided at the end, and all 3 points. There's no kindness in the Starladder system. Either you get 3 or you get 0.
Yeah, there's no leeway. And, well, I mean, you know, feeling the full brunt of that is going to be one of these teams. So for the time being, we can see Pride as a result of taking that one in a fairly spectacular fashion. They dedicate a lot of attention this time over towards mid. No one from XDP to hold it down just yet. We've got Sasuke paying some attention down towards it, watching the push-up highway. See if it does come underway. Right now, Pride, they're trying to grab map control. Looking like B might be the final site in question. That's where a lot of their guys are over towards, but Bomb's slowly pushing around over towards A on the back of Manice. Still a lot up to be decided just yet. They don't have a lot of information as to where these players are. I think Reitz, the plan is get him to push up highway, try to get a bit of a peek in. Judge how many people there are over towards A. If they need to, they have got Luz who can rotate over towards B. Calyx has been boosted up, though, on top of the Shroud boost.
He's going to be perfectly placed. The problem is this position becomes very, very weak if you lose highway. And as you see, Reet slowly crawling into the corner of his screen, and he will fall. Sasuke suffers the same fate, and this leaves just the 2 players. Well, 1 player now over towards B. And Moxic, he's got his nice little pistol. He can have a little inspect of that, but I don't think he's going to be able to achieve too much more in this round.
Yeah, maybe some economic damage, just looking to try and stay alive on the site. Wants to take it into the next round. If they go hunting, they're only risking a lot. Keeping 5 players alive here in the pistol can be a fantastic feat, as it does just allow you to start to build up money right from the get-go. If they do decide to go on the hunt and they lose anything, then suddenly, you know, it's been a very expensive round. Even having 1 gun taken off you, the only player who can really kind of afford it might be Luz. And he's just over in mid. So yeah, it is just going to be a 7-10 scoreline secured here. Pride having a very good start to their T side as they pick up the pistol. They don't lose anyone in the subsequent anti-eco, and now picking up their 8th should be an easy feat.
Yeah, I really like that round from them as well. They exploit middle. That boost position is very, very effective if you just go in through A main. So the fact that they take a lot of map control, isolate Calyx, and then once that happens, you can quickly see everybody reacts. They go, okay, now we'll take the pick on A, we'll take the pick here, 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 and everybody goes down at once. It was a matter of seconds, but 4 people were dead. So very well, I suppose predicted round coming out from Pride. And, well, now it's just left down to a few pistols. Obviously, Woxic has a little bit of armor to play with. But other than that, it's just going to be the flat eco.
Woxic has to try and find something with the pistol and armor. He has managed to scavenge out the last round, but as his comrades fall over towards the A site, rotate coming on in, they do have almost full control. He wants to peek out mid. There are 2 players here that he could potentially find. Luz pushing up aggressively. Just going to rip his head straight off there. It's all on Mini now. 1v5. He's got Oosp and a Dream. And no face as he gets eliminated over towards mid. 8-10 secured for Pride. They don't lose a single player in either of those buy rounds. They've got so much money already, and it wouldn't surprise me if Luz and Reitz both just keep the weapons they have now. Why bother buying now? Try to get one for free. You've got enough money to buy up next time anyway. And ex-DP, I mean, look at the buy they've been able to get. Just rifles across the board. A lot of them sacrificing that head armor, which is going to be a nightmare against that UMP and Galil. It makes them extremely lethal. And all for the sake of picking up, you know, a flash and a smoke each. They have very little utility as well, so they haven't gained much as a result.
Yeah, this is going to be a difficult round, and this could be the lead going away from ex-DP if they're unable to capitalize in this one. Of course, it does look like everybody in the server has started to wake up a bit. There's nobody slacking behind too far. Does mean that this final map of the series and of the night could be very interesting. Nice start, though, for Luz. There is exactly what you were talking about. The one tap comes out from the UMP. Going to be looking to try and grab that rifle. The trade will come in. And actually, Reeds is going to burn himself. Not the way that they thought that one was going to go down. Leaving it down.
That's the second time that Reeds has now died to a Molotov that's just like either his teammates or his own. And
that's a full 1G. That is a full 1G. We've gone past half now.
This is why Reeds isn't allowed to play with matches in the Pride gaming house. He just can't be trusted with fire. They've taken it away from him because this is what happens. This is the second time he's died at the hands of his own Molotov. So now it is going to be the man advantage going the way of ex-DP. It was looking like Pride could have potentially come out on top there. But instead, they do find themselves on the back foot, making their way slowly but surely up towards this B site. Manice looking to split in through vents, regrouping with Exus. Bomb going to be on the back of Morels to slowly make its way in. The player really who has to hold this down is going to be Mako. Walkstick on site has to buy as much time as he can for the rotate, and him getting eliminated straight off the back. Not going to be what they were looking for. A little bit of time for the rotate to come on through as Sasuke's already in position, but that nade. Downtown Manice. Spots out Mako over towards headshot, but he does get that first. Manice has enough time to plant the bomb and still then take his head off. Mini, thankfully, refrags in that scenario. That's going to be the 11th round on the board for DarkPassage. They keep one player alive. Some money is still going to be terrible on the CT side.
Yeah, a few very, very close rounds coming in. At least towards the latter stages of the previous half. Now, we've got one again. One player surviving. Obviously, so much money over on that T side after they flawlessly win the last two rounds. Not a single player lost, so this is going to be a comfortable buy coming back. The mistakes of the previous round are all but forgotten. And Mini's will start things off with an entry. Exus actually gets another one in the meantime. Mini is down. Well, already a 4-3 advantage. Sasuke, he doesn't need to repeat from this point. He's just got him. He got the man advantage away. Calyx is going to go down as well. They're in very aggressive positions on ex-DarkPassage. They're really trying to sort of get these frags to bring them the advantage, and it just doesn't seem to be working at all. 2 versus 3. One man over towards the site. Sasuke trying to utilize this smoke to his advantage. Pause has actually been called by Maniz. Guessing that must be some sort of technical reason. I don't see any reason in this round that they would need to switch things up unless something's about to happen that we haven't foreseen.
Yeah, Sasuke playing it in the corner. He can make or break this push. Finds that first on the Luz, but he can't hold the same angle now. All it takes is one pre-fire to deal with him, and he's going to be eliminated, leaving it all on Woxic, who was taking such a long rotate. No one was there to trade, and as a result, now he's got to get running anyway. Start hoofing it onto the site. They're going to know that he's coming from main because he's taken so much time to make his presence known. First, got to contend with Reeds towards quad. Then, got to worry about Morels, sorry. And as long as they just peek this at the same time, they should be able to win on the side of Pride. Pushing onto the site, though. Smoke, not going to be clearing just yet. Trying to boost himself up on top of red. Morels spots it out. They're going to be putting a bullet through the cranium. 9-11 now as we do see Pride find themselves another ex-DP. 11 rounds, but they are quickly losing that advantage.
Yeah, no, and I'm guessing this is technical. This has to be a technical pause, because if anything, this pause is probably great for ex-DarkPassage. They need to change something. They're constantly going for more and more aggressive sort of thing. I think it may have actually been their coach. I think that's what it was. I think their coach may have just, yeah. Their coach got out of the server, so they've just paused it for him. That's fair enough. But, yeah, very, very interesting, the idea that, okay, we got the man advantage back. Calyx, yes, he was already in an aggressive angle, but he then goes for a further aggressive peek. He's standing in the middle of A main. That's never an angle that you're going to win from, unless you get incredibly lucky, or if only one person pushes. So, him going down pretty much threw the round away, and well, then it was just trading games for Pride, and that's something they're actually very good at. This is going to be an aggressive rush, however. A lot of people moving on towards Luz.
Yeah, but Luz is the man who can just shut them down when they do this. Saying that, not today. Sasuke quick to find those 2 taps to the face. That's all it's going to take. And now they have an AK to try and play around with. Manise holding mid, finds the first. They're just going to walk out of his crosshair, and this is going to be like shooting fish in a barrel for him. Finds himself a second, finds a third, finds a fourth, and look at the heads that this man could click on. No one clicks on head better than him. And now it's all on Woxic, 1v4. He has got a P2K in mid, and I can't give Manise too much credit because it is just an ego, but still, there's the ace.
Were they all
What
headshots?
a fantastic bit of marksmanship. That was all headshots. That's the only reason this man gets a very, very hearty pat on the back there. An expert display of marksmanship because he has been on fire.
It didn't matter what they had there. he was hitting those headshots as soon as they were running out. So very, very nicely done. Easy ace for Manise. And well, there you go, Luz. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. He's the man who can. And well, we're 10-11. Pause coming in. Looking like it's to do with, yeah, Calix's ping has just risen up a bit. I think that's the one unfortunate prospect of the sort of Turkish side of things at the moment is they do get a lot of ping issues. I think that maybe, well, obviously it's down to where the country is and also down to infrastructure as well. So hopefully that will improve over time. Maybe if they get themselves a new sponsor. Come on, guys. Get the wallets out. I don't know. Are there any organizations you can think of that could pick up this team? I can't think of many off the top of my head that don't currently have a team.
No, that's kind of the issue, right? I mean...
Let's bring back E-Frag.
I mean, in all fairness, I used to love the old E-Frag team. I thought they were really good. I loved their hyper-aggressive style, but I do think switching them out and now having it's, Bubble and Victor on Rogue is the better place for them to be. But still, you know, who knows? E-Frag could pick up a team. They could pick up XDP. I mean, you know, Echo Fox.
That's a good shout.
Dignitas?
Dignitas, there you go.
Yeah, Dignitas.
Good shout.
There's a few orgs that could definitely pick these guys up. I mean, there's a lot of young players, a lot of young kind of inexperienced players that they could definitely mold into something great. But you know, without debating the future of XDP too much longer, we can see Manise looking to replicate his success at the last round, making his way up highway, only able to find one, falls on back, looks to play it safe, and opens up that site for Reese to come in from the flank. Manise mops up Woxic, and that is going to be the 11-11 scoreline. We're all tied up. Pride bringing it back on their T side, and once again, XDP, they just cannot perform the second they switch onto the CT side.
But we saw this on Inferno. The turnaround was the double AWP, and it's back. This time, Calix is the man, alongside the obvious choice of Woxic, and we'll see if this is going to be a change. LGB is a good shout as well. I like that. I want to see LGB back in... Well, I suppose they got their female team, but I'd love to see them back with dual teams. Either way, enough of that. I'm going to leave that now. And we're going to move back into this round. Double AWP setup in play. Calix actually the only person on the A site at the moment. They've gone for a triple stack over towards mid. Rotation will come back in from Sasuke. Calix is going to hit the first. AWP doing its work, but it's quick trades, and Luz actually gets another in the meantime, meaning the advantage is quickly gone from the CT side.
Yeah, look at this aggressive play from Woxic, though. He's already on the site, pushing up through the smoke. Are they going to see this coming? I don't think they're going to expect to rotate that quickly up towards Quad. Manise going to get taken down. Now Luz on that flank position has to try and refrag from a main. The crossfire set up between him and Exus is going to be very strong, but Woxic finds himself frag number 2, and now it's all on Luz. 1 versus 2. Bomber's going to be taken away from him as well. He doesn't have a molly to try and keep him off it. Just waiting over by lockers. Woxic watching dividendly towards A main. He gets the spray down, and oh, he wasn't accounting for him to be in the corner. Woxic, you have to push that, my friend. You can't just go. Oh, he gets it. Luz peeks on out, but there's not going to be enough time for the defuse. Woxic going to perish on the site. He finds himself 3 huge frags. He tries his hardest to keep XDP in that round, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Luz, the MVP for Pride there.
This is just problem after problem for DP at the moment. Mini is timed out. I do have to point out, I really like that spot. I like that he held close right rather than peeking it. Because they didn't expect that at all. The AWP was just homed, ready for someone to come for A main. Did not expect him to just be sat in the corner. And although the peek, I was a little bit worried it was going to be too late and the bomb would be defused. Just really smart play. Played it casually. Didn't go for anything too aggressive. Towards the end, he knew the bomb was ticked too far. So peeks out. Makes sure that that AWP is going to be sat on that bomb towards the end of the round. And very nice stuff in the end from Pride. They've got the money. They can continue to rebuy. That's where the problems lie for ex-DP at the moment. It has been 4 rounds in a row, so they are getting quite a hefty loss bonus. Can go for a few pistols and comfortably buy in the next round. But the big problem is now, wow, that's another 4 rounds. It's looking like Inferno again. 8 rounds have been played. 7 rounds have been won by Pride.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's severe flashbacks for them here, and they have to try and figure it out sooner rather than later. Real issue to me is just seems they never seem to just be able to hold a location. Like it always seems like Pride can stroll on up, pick an area of the map to take, and they just grab it. Like there's no resistance. It seems like it's always because they choose to go light on one specific area of the map. You know, just then we saw Calyx having to hold A all by himself. 2 players in mid. Granted, you know, that gives you a lot more mid control, and you had one playing highway. But the second the dude highway rotates up towards A site's already foregone. Then it was, I can't remember who it was who tried to cross mid. I think it was Sasuke who gets killed by Luz trying to cross from sandbags because he didn't have the guy there to keep an eye on mid garage anymore. It's just that Pride are perfectly anti-stratting ex-DP right now, almost down to a T. And it's exactly what we saw in Inferno, like you say.
Well, I do think, yeah, it's as well like you said, they're playing. It looks like the CTs are playing more reactive, but the problem with the way they played that the last couple of rounds anyway, they reacted to what Pride did against pistols. So Manise obviously just running straight down mid, taking a couple of aim duels, so they went, okay, Manise likes to go down mid, but in the buy rounds, Manise isn't going just that ham, that sort of aggressive. He's just waiting back a little bit more. So they left 3 players in mid. Calyx, yes, he got the pick. He did what was needed of him. The problem was the crossfire was just not prepared. It was Sasuke tried to come back in, and it was almost like, okay, if he was holding that door initially, they would never have got out. By the time he got there, they were already out of the door. They were already out of the choke point where his position was so powerful.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know what, we do have a little bit of downtime, actually. I was thinking about asking you. Okay. Yeah, do you have game chat on?
I do. I haven't been reading it.
No. I mean, like voice. Your voice enabled.
Oh no, definitely not.
They just had a little bit of communication in voice chat. We could have had some team comms there, and our native. I can't remember who's our native Polish speakers could have told us what Pride were communicating to one another. But no, I mean,
I'm not sure I feel safe putting that.
What do you think of the idea of Woxic replace Despo? Quickly before anything too substantial happens.
I think he's a good player. I think it could work. And yeah, why not? Why not? I don't think Despe's a bad player though, so I don't know. I think the way Space Soldiers are doing at the moment, they've been doing very, very well at LAN events. They did very well at WSG. Don't think it's needed right now, but if they don't like get better over the next like month or so, maybe it's worth it. Goodbye, Mini. You've been wrecked by Reeds.
Yep, kick-started straight back in towards this one, and out of the lull of the pause, tell you hasn't slowed down. It is going to be the side of Pride as they open things up in a triumphant fashion, make able to find a nice opportunity frag back on a reach to equalize things into a 4-on-4, but the rest of Pride already taking full advantage of this open B site. Calyx just going to be going hyper-aggressive as the flash rains through. Able to get one, Sasuke gets another, and then Woxic in from the back of Checkers there. Able to deal with Morales, leaving it all on Luz. He's 1v3, but if anyone can do it, it's going to be him. He looks to hold down the site, goes for the fake plant. He spots Woxic, takes his head clean off. Going to be leaving now in a 1-on-2, and that nade's going to do some serious damage on a Sasuke. He's tagged down low. Luz still not going to be planting. The issue is if you let that timer tick. Oh no, why would you go for the peek, Mako? He does fall. The double peek comes through from Sasuke. It was almost so bad, but in the end, it does pay off for ex-DP. 12-12 there, as they went around from seemingly nowhere.
Yeah, that was the round that never should have gone that way. We saw quite a few of them in Nuke, but it was normally going towards the side of Pride. But this is getting a little bit too close for comfort at the moment. Again, ex-DP managed to save a round, but they still need to get straight back on the sort of train of rounds. They can't just win one and then be done, I suppose. Otherwise, they will be going straight back to Eco Town, and you're going to see a slower round come out from Pride. Aggression in mid. Mako is ready. They could actually go for some sort of boost here, but Mini doesn't seem like he wants to go for anything of the sort. There's Mini's. Is he really 16-4 in this second half? That's ridiculous.
Mini gonna get boosted up on mid. Exus is watching the angle though. Sasuke wants to push through the smoke, and if he does, Manish is gonna be there, like you say. Now 18-4, having an insane second half here. Mako has to rotate up and towards the A site to pick up the slack, but Manish is already there, and he is a monster with this AWP. Peeking out from truck, Woxic gonna be able to feel the bite of the monster himself. And then retops up Mako. It's all on Mini, who can't even find one. That's gonna be 13-12 achieved for Pride, gonna put them in the lead. And that also does bottom out the economy of XDP. Pride should be able to pick up a 14th here.
153 ADR as well. Stepping up big, 2-3Ks and ace. Obviously the ace was against those pistols, but still, Mini's definitely having a big second half. The reset will come in. Sasuke may be able to buy an AWP in the next round, but the fact is they're only going to get 1900 anyway. Mini's? Okay. Uncharacteristic miss from him, but Exus is there to trade. They want this AWP, and they're actually going to start doing this again. Surely not. DarkPassage, you can't just win all these rounds with pistols. It's not right. It's not cricket. And luckily, Luz. Well, he's going to be there to open up this B site. Bomb will quickly rotate in. Reet's holding the rotation. Smoke will be blocked, but it won't actually matter. The remaining two players just trying to retrieve some weaponry. And actually, if they can get this AWP going into the next round, they might actually have an opportunity for a buy. There is a second player who's been dropped as well. Now, if they can somehow retrieve that second weapon, maybe something for them to go for. Obviously, Pride, well, they're not going to care. They're going to get to 14 rounds. 2 away from actually taking the series.
I think one of the real issues we're seeing is that in a lot of ways, right, it's like both teams have these kind of players that are really pulling through for them right now. And it looks like the likes of Mini and so on are kind of more T-side players. And then you've got Manice, who's a strong, you know, CT side player, where the others kind of fall short. And then a very strong T-side player.
Oh,
stronger than the likes. Yeah, that was incredibly close. Manice, though, he's been the defining factor for the side of Pride. Look at him right now, 29 to 17, I think that was. And like, when you think about the fact that in the second half he's got 18 kills, that is honestly insane.
Yeah, I definitely agree with your Mini point as well, though. I think he was 15-7 at one point. Now all the way back to even 4-10 in this second half. So not really the person that we look towards on this T side. It's normally Woxic, to be fair. With that AWP, does have it back in hand for this round. But if they are going to be that sort of T-sided team, they need to be getting maybe more rounds. It seems crazy saying that when they got 10. But they've only got 2 on this CT side, and really isn't good enough at the moment. Maniz, the star of the show, has been tagged down to 13 HP. Still looking to take the peak, though. And why not?
Oh, the aggressively pushed up Mako going to be dealt with up towards mid. Sasuke, it's just going to take you one bullet to deal with the big boy Manice. And nade going to come out, do a lot of damage though. Smoke as well, allowing Manice to try and make it across. Instead, still going to be holding this angle quite aggressively here for someone on solo HP. Luckily enough for him, no one on XDP having a nade, with the exception of Woxic, who is now rotating around, but he looks like he might use it out towards mid. Sasuke pushes in towards A main, and luckily enough for him, Exus is fully flashed. That's going to be a nice frag to equalize things back out into a 4-on-4 with Mini and Luz both tagged down fairly low. It does look like XDP should be able to hold on to this one here. Manice still dedicated to Squeaky. The rest of the team pushing up towards A main. It's going to be an A hit. It's just a question of when Sasuke, if I would get away from A main, he's going to have his head ripped off. It's all on Calyx to hold the site. Peeks on out. Fancy fast flick to find the first onto Reetz. Still holding the site down here. 3-on-3, buying plenty of time for the rotate to come through. Already both players nearly on the site. And then Mini able to help him with Luz.
There's so much pressure on Calyx in this map. It's absolutely unbelievable. Has to do so much. Ooh, that was very close to Maniz losing his life. But, yeah, he has to do so much work every single time Sasuke goes for an aggressive peek to try and find out information, and, well, he gets destroyed. And then Calix just has to maneuver himself around. Does a very good job of it, has to be said, in that round, but it has come into fruition in previous rounds where he's just been left on the site, gets isolated, and they lose it. So, may need to be something a little bit more passive coming in from Sasuke in these early rounds. Woxic. Okay. Yeah, there we go. He's going to fall back. Going for the sort of Pasha AWPing style on Cash. Just sheer aggression. And he's going to get punished for it. Luz. First kill his way. Now we have to play from 4 versus 5. The T side with a minute and a half left on the clock. To try and get themselves that all-important 15th round.
Yeah, Luz punishing Woxic. Like you say, the almost Pasha-esque style. Showing that it's only the Polish who can do the things that other Polish talent do. Gonna be able to now put it into a 3-on-5, sorry, thanks to that peek from Manise. Fully flashed. It's gonna be taken down by Calix as the trade comes through. Better late than never. He continues the aggression. And oh, there's Calix. He's gonna find 3. What are you doing, man? That shouldn't be allowed. The Molotov gonna go down, but still reaches to find the frag. He's tagged to 24 HP. Didn't step in the Molotov this time. But now Mako, last man left alive, and Luz beats him in the one-on-one in mid. That's going to be Pride arriving at match point, 15-13. They've got plenty of money in the bank, and DP, their economy couldn't be worse for the gravity of the situation.
All or nothing. Calix definitely stepping up in the last few rounds to try and do what the rest of his teammates seemingly can't, but even with the amount of kills he's getting, it's not quite enough. They're still going to lose that round at least. 15-13. DarkPassage, as you said, fighting back with the jumble sail by. Just had to get whatever they can. And the T's, well, they're gathered up towards this B site. There is a rotation coming in from Woxic, this time not with an AWP, but with a 5-7. Reitz is going to find the kill as the lurker. Mini will be able to get one with the Deeg, and I wonder if he spotted anybody else. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have the eyes to do so anymore. And this is just being cleaned up. Calix, he's going to try and be a catalyst on A, but unfortunately it's down to Woxic on B. He's got that 5-7, finds the first, loses his life. And now, well, there's one man left. It's this man who has to clutch.
Yeah, if there's anyone in this situation, it is going to be Calix. The eyes of not only of his Turkish fans, but also of his teammates digging into the back of his skull. That weight might be too much to bear as he pushes in towards the B site. It's 1-on-2. It's all or nothing. He's got 2 flashes to play around with. Chooses the dry peek, finds a first on Morels. Now it's Manise, the kingpin for the side of Pride, the one who's been erecting all these problems for him all this time. Goes to the oh, he's gonna get it, Calix! The man, the legend. He's able to do it. Will there be enough time to defuse? I think he's just gonna be able to get that.
Yeah, he's got it.
It's going to be close, though, but still 15-14. Calix, he keeps XDP in this to fight another day. It's not over yet. They have enough money to buy on down across the board on both sides. The buy isn't going to be too great, but it will be enough to get them buying. I mean, Tom, we couldn't have asked for a closer game than this.
Yeah, overtime coming in the second map. 16-13 in the first. And now we're going to the full 30 once again. Calix, well, I asked who we needed to see step up on that CT side. This was clearly the man to do it. And, well, he's got to try and do it one more time. AWP on Woxic, much better buy than we saw in the previous round. Manise with his trusty AWP. Both teams going in with a decent buy. Obviously, the Fami, they are going to be in play. See whether or not they're going to be enough in this scenario. 1 minute 25 left on the clock. Again, quite a bit of map control taken over towards B. It's going to be Luz, and Reitz will get one. Was that through the door? It was.
It was, yeah. Sasuke's got to be kicking himself now. He's been going down on the A site time and time again. They also lose Woxic in on the rotate. B's going to be completely open as Mini falls. Bomb can literally go anywhere. Calix is thinking, I've got to clutch again as it falls to him and Mako. And now as the bomber rotates over towards B, the real issue here is that Luz is pushed up so aggressively in towards CT spawn. We've already seen a player DC from the server.
That's just BM.
Yeah, that's pretty horrible. I have faith that Calix can pull on through. Mako switching things out. And well, here we go. Maybe trying to make it work. There's Luz. His position doesn't pay off. They do find that first frag. It's a 2-on-3. Calix.
What are you doing, Mako? Did he... I swear that was his Molotov.
Yeah, I think it was Mako's. Mako making things extra hard for his teammates now. And there we go, Mako next to fall. It's all on Calyx. He's got very little time. The only way you could do this is if you were hacking your tits off, but it's not going to be the case. Calyx goes down 16 to 14. That is going to be DarkPassage losing that one. And right at the last hurdle as well.
Yeah, that is a pretty horrible way for that to actually go. I'm not sure what happened with that final Molotov, but either way, that is it for the night. And I am quite surprised to be saying Pride have taken this 2-1. A very, very close